So some woman on TikTok says that men have it easier in dating than women, and she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. She's probably in her late 20s, maybe early 30s, so she's at that epiphany phase, sort of looking to settle down. She's getting frustrated at the fact that, she's been run through, been on the cock carousel in her 20s, and now she's at that classic where are all the good men sort of phase. She's saying that men have it easier, and it's just BS. Because if you're a pretty woman, you are already made and valued as such for that. There is no burden of performance for you like there is for men. Men are made and women are born. A man has to carve and forge himself from scratch. Maybe if you're lucky, you are genetically you grow up and you become, physically you got a V-taper and you miraculously just have a six-pack and all these muscles without doing any work. But not really. So it's not just the physical as a man for you to be valued in the sexual marketplace. Your burden of performance is, as a man, you're expendable. Nobody gives a damn about you. No one cares about your dreams. Nobody's going to come and save you. Your value in society, at least in the Western world, is based on a number of socio-economic factors: finance, status, physique, your social circle, and your skills, your knowledge. And as a guy, to even be a somewhat respectable candidate for reproduction or pre-selection with women, you got to be on point with all these things. And it doesn't just happen for a guy overnight. He spends years on his grind to get to that place. And only then does he have his pick of the litter. And at that point, when he becomes that high value male, this woman that says men have it easier, these kind of guys, they don't even want women like her now. Because they've seen it all by now. And they have their pick of the litter, They're spoiled for choice now. Because they've set their lifestyle up to be as good as it can be. And that's the irony, because when a guy actually realizes there's more to life than women, he gets to that point in his life, probably early to late 30s, and he goes, you know what, I don't have to just settle down with one of these women who, frankly, a lot of them, when they get to this epiphany phase, it's not that they even want you or want your kids, they just want to be married and have kids. Because they see the hourglass, the sand in the hourglass is, depleting. And they've got that biological clock stress, that panic going on. Like, I've got to have kids. It's not that they want your kids. They just want kids with someone. Or they want to be married. They just want that rock on their finger. So this woman has absolutely no idea what she's talking about when she says men have it easier dating. You're just pretty, sweetheart. That's how you coast. That's how you get through life. The only other speck of person who would have some kind of idea or relation to a burden of performance of a man is a fat, ugly woman. Because she has to get on her grind to get somewhere, because no one listens to her or gives a shit, because she's not pretty. No one's looking at her like that, and her value in the sexual marketplace is less. So women like that, they have it a little harder. If you want to say who has it harder compared to you, honey, it would be fatter, uglier women and men. But if you're just a skinny, pretty woman, you're just gonna coast. But you need to bring more than that to the table. You know, I find this annoying about so many girls who just, they have this attitude where they think that they just have to look pretty. And it's an easy hustle. It's one of the oldest historical hustles in history is, you know, prostitution, right? Getting money like that. And now, because of social media and the internet, they don't even need to go that far. They can just sit in their pajamas at home with an OnlyFans account or a webcam. And guys are spending their hard-earned cash, low quality guys, I'm going to add, beta orbiters, who are just thirsty as hell. They're not out there on their purpose. They're not grinding themselves into the fine powder that they need to in order to upgrade, to level up and get into day game and actually being able to approach women and not sit at home paying these girls for some kind of attention, which is just screen to screen. It's not flesh to flesh. That's where you want to be. You don't want to be sat at home rubbing one out and getting that kind of attention, in my opinion. You know, depending on your situation and your environment, you're probably giving yourself some kind of excuse, guys, that it's alright to do this, but you need to set a higher standard for yourself. You know, you're worth more than that. If you just improved, if you just allowed yourself to believe that you can eliminate these baser pleasures that you indulge in, you can focus on getting your body right, sorting out your bills, getting your mind right. Most importantly, if you sort your mindset first above anything else, the rest will come. But you need that self-discipline and that self-motivation first, and the understanding that women will come and go in your life. That's just a fact. Okay? Yes, there are exceptions, and people can be happily married for 25 years or 30 years, 40 years, whatever, but you need to mature and get to the point where you understand that 99% of the time a relationship will end, and that there is no such thing as your one. There are good women and bad women. Okay? And I know this because I've seen people who thought that they were soulmates break up. I've seen it time and time again. You know, how many soulmate relationships have ended or gone bust, and people get suicidal. That's what's dangerous here for men, is when you get that one-gina, that one-itis syndrome, and you lose this one woman who you thought was so special and just a unicorn sent to you from the heavens, right? It's not like that, bro. You need to wake up a little bit.